这边以后我们能拿。
So should we be here before? Spec shot.
Doji Junjin Tilo Noro Dama Pa Mi Lai Chi Chi Gambo tự sung xie cho quân chiến có mò bò chế chế chuẩn chế chế bò chân nam đưa đó cho xuân bò nên ru bò so sắp lòng cha cha chế la ngã nhẹ nhớ miền trôi chiến tàu bò có chế la so bò tiếp so có chế la mà nan chế bò Nam tối chính chế lại hiện lộ công chế công bờ sông bờ hiện sinh nội quân lại cho chế miền bắc đông chế đất chế biệt công chế lại nhị coi hiện bờ miền bắc chính chế lại mô chế công chế của sông bờ hiện miền ngã thế coi chế biệt làm Yên đô số vận đề bè công chiến lại chế miệng môn chế kéo rồi chính chế lại yên miệng công chế nhẹ chế sống công chế tổ bè ngô vô số mà đề mà chế đề cái cho bè công chiến lại công chế lỗ đông trở về chính chế lại nam đông chế hội sung bảo xin chế yong ma yin chế yong cho wa la ma ga rol pa cho ve gom chế cor de yer me to pra chính chế lại chế wa kun do yong da la ma don ter me chế chế pa la lon chế sa don lam chế wen de rab zo ne do chế chong Gu phong nyung doi xiu, cha zi wa dong qi xin xia pa dong jie suo ye, gu xin so wa ye jia wa chung zhen da ye qi sa pa tam jian, chung qiu zhi wo be zai sa du sa ma ya ma no pa la. Bê zê sơ tu tê nô pa tê cha zê cha miên pa pa sơ tu kha yo miên pa su po kha yo miên pa pa anu ra tu miên pa pa sa va se de mi cha ya sa va karma su san mi zê tam shi re yang ko ro hong ha 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 Bhagavin Sava Tata Gata Beza Ma Mimuta Beza Ma Samaya Sando Avam Beza Bhumi Awa Jen Nam Prata Unchin Seji Saji Avam Beza Reja Che chare koyo je raye yuso gyore yusore gyabore o chara shara leba lo zombo li no palon che chon da menye le don le pa ngayap don ngayap yuden do lom jo do da menye don da menye je da rinpo che re o pa sam che Tu je pa mo pa lo to ko lo rin po che no po rin po che tse mo rin po rin po rin po che long po rin po che ta cho rin po che ma pe rin chin po pum po je mo ma chen mo ma lo ma ka ra ma min to ma to pe ma no sa tu cha ma ni ma
So thank you so much for coming here today.
다들 가르치려고 가르쳐다 년진 영화점다 강시 가자 방금 된저 가보면 지금 제가 왕하면 좀 다들 되면 주변이 지나면 좀성이 많으면 담바텔라 찬자 비좀 잡아 방가라에 줄이 좀 봐서 이게 왜 전주 선배들 마음엔 제베셔라 찬자로 시제 가라 히르기 우리 제베 동주제는 야외 덴버군에 선자고 그 유는 부셔라 찬자 반대도 시장을 그저 라마가면 긴구르구이 전에 시제 배주기는 좀 틀려고 이제 좀 배주 내저 다음에 도지 경호란 다리디 Tergar, the Mediation Center, Titone, Tadi Namadan Shingi, Kashoda, the Kukub Sambu, the Guzian, Mimang Chi Tuya, the Kukub Chum, the Shaka Chums, then tradition is someone only to Shishan.
I'm very happy to be here at this gathering organized by Tergar, and this gathering provides me with a wonderful opportunity to meet with so many people. So I would like to thank all of the organizers of this event. Are you hearing things clearly?
No. No. Okay. 다들 갑자기 민주rum치 ene 군삼 야 패시다 롱어 정부 주요하래 다 롱어 실하 주요하래 드네 인두산에 마시다 예샤르 정부치에게 처리지 저보다 배유기 삶기 된견단 제베도안에 처리지 디나로래야 교부지 제기 인스들 송도 드네 인두산디 균선되네 정부치 양결지 가지고 아주 삼의 진지에 두야당 라바르도 대가르기다 센터 서머베 대가르 단 저블리야 대가르기 단 제여기 최소 단 공바다 삼의기다 좀 붙이리야 구시에 인두산에 아주 좀 붙인 요뇨 페드야다 로 주슈이스 No. They are translating.
Ah, I see. It is. Okay. I'll speak up a little bit more loudly so that you can hear better. It's been many years now, it seems over 4 years, since the Venerable Mingyur Rinpoche went into his retreat. We have heard from him. He wrote us all a letter, mostly concerning Nepal and the earthquake that happened there. But in that letter, he also said that he would see us all soon. And therefore, I would like to express my hope that all of us can once again meet with the Venerable Mingyur Rinpoche very soon, and that in particular, all of the Tergar centers and monasteries connected to Tergar can have the opportunity to be with Rinpoche together again as soon as possible.
다만신 얘기를 고마고 싶다요 맞다.
Lesson.
가라서나디 또 저들 안 깨서 건다. 다드네 어디라다. 그래다 드네 가르다들이 디스 가르에 아메리카리아 팀 숨부 용배 겁리아 원래신 도마르 체비나 라브르치모 진이지리아 친체 마한테 뒤주를 데디즈 다 양알이야 데베 겁리아 데즈 가르르다 부수 더부르지 야래 구더본을 자래 제가 아메리카리아 용지 데즈 구양으로 용하지 데지게 삼으로 담래 따이네 라브르치모 가셔질 다 진이질 라다 라브르치모 망보질 라르데 차지 다 간다를 내림디 망보시비 차인 뉴스안에 디기 토안에 근데 수부디 나 마데버를 차지 그래서 요래 디 뉴스안에 데린데 용백걸리네야 차상르지 수부디 가서다 리커버 som을 다든지 참여하면 인상 다디 균센을 때네 안드린데야 나발랭게 솔리아 최세 내 가르쳐다 지기마 뭐 기시아디 잔주부지대 아버지 용벌에 성사롭게 면도스 디 균센 때는 강솔이야 공다셔인
Last time. This is I don't want to hurt your ears. This is my third visit to the United States, and this time I wanted to focus on visiting some universities. Initially I had in mind that maybe I could visit one or two of the major universities, and I thought that I could take things in a bit of an easy and spacious manner when I came to the United States on this trip, because usually I'm a little bit cloistered when I'm in India, and my space and movement is limited. So I thought I could be kind of open and spacious when I came to the United States this time. But the schedule doesn't seem to have worked out quite that way. I didn't just visit one or two universities, but many universities. And the schedule became quite heavy at times. Due to that, I encountered some health problems that I have not really fully recovered from. And because of this situation, I feel that maybe I won't be at my best today when teaching the Dharma and sharing my thoughts about the Dharma with all of you. So I would like to apologize for that in advance. Oh, Lasso, sorry.
주야디 안에 가르라우다디 팽가르 잠베 삼비 제베 그 유지 수행데 도지 천도만 제베 토네마 제시 제로 치스드네 숭도
Lasso, how is the current volume? Not too loud? Not too quiet? Okay, just good. Okay. I apologize for hurting His Holiness's ears earlier.
No.
So today I would like to, in response to the request that was made to me, offer some remarks on the supplication, second being devoted to meditation as the head of meditation, the third being devoted to non-distraction as the
actual
main practice of meditation, and separability of samsara and nirvana.
다들이 뉴스안에 곰 다기 아주 meditation center 인자 디지털 돈 다지 남주 곰래야 탄대를 체 매버치게 하래 다는 저 아주 디 리처 내도가 건다 곰래야 다지 신게 말বে 레베나노 가르치게 다지 신게 제가 다 간다베 레바다 곰다 다 망부지데 디톨이야 가수야지 도나연게 망부지 데 배워래 안티사디 곰톨이야 도나 사버 존디어래 맞아 dari America yombe kalyaji Google dan ji Facebook dan di ju nalole chimre kuju nalole ji gom gas de do jeza da gom sadi nam yunji da ji chöje ba di ju gi nyamle shar je da telen de she kaso da gom gas sadi kandar da ji zo gong ho san ne dang do ma zo gong ho ru chi 소왕을 야 공부해야 되지. 근데 샤브레스 삼천기.
Lesson. So really, the supplication to the Tagbo Kagyu is about meditation. And so it is an appropriate topic for us to discuss today because our gathering is being hosted by a meditation center. And not only that, Richie is with us today, and he is someone who... Did I say your name correctly? Okay.
Doesn't matter. He's very patient. Patient.
He's very patient. And not only that, but he does a lot of research on how meditation affects the brain. And along the same lines, there is a lot of fresh interest coming to the topic of meditation these days. In fact, I was recently visiting the headquarters of Google and Facebook, and each of these companies has a place to meditate in their headquarters. So what we're seeing now in our broader society is that meditation is becoming not just something that Dharma practitioners do, per se, but it's being recognized as something that is needed or necessary component of our lives in a much broader way in society.
다른이들 당아도 traditional 세나다도 수균기 검계외 걸이야 and element som으로부터 간다지 창과를 차견 창과를 다든지 가셔죠. 다 검계버스도 사네 드가스베지 가셔에 posture som다 루베기 posture 다 리뷰기 딱 간다는 도당을 지고지에 제 난 다시 뢰뢰되는 지부 미편바 다들이야지 자기는 상과하고 가시죠. 어디요?
So meditation is something that if we want to do it properly, there has to be a certain set of components in place for the practice to go well. Meditation isn't just about getting our body into a certain posture and then relaxing our mind, and that's all. There are a few more factors or elements that we need to bring together that the tradition of teachings on meditation provide us.
다들이야 남규 송수질이야다 곰기 낙보디 간다라 리지기다 가수에 곰 마게 본다 균론리야 아주 더나 최고하디 개침시 있어요.
So, therefore, it's very important for us to examine what type of motivation and intention we are bringing into our practice of meditation before we even begin to meditate.
The pressure we want the say shadow nega tesam shi ta ka dribu tinjili mi je gom gyawina yang ko tesam shi dribu ma do be ya me so chi yang dele chishi tor ji gulong di che tor chi je ni ji che bi ni yang ko rang de gin dribu tuen lu min ra ji yong de is.
So obviously, the meditation is something that we set on our own, from within ourselves. And there are different degrees or standards of motivation that we could set, or an intention that we might form as the reason why we are engaging in meditation. This different approach to motivation might be dependent on our own individual capacity of our mind, and it might depend on what we think of as the goal of our meditation practice. For example, we might approach meditation with an interest in alleviating mostly the immediate difficulties presented by our day-to-day activities. We might be feeling stress due to the job we perform at work. We might be going through various emotional hardships due to our immediate surroundings or immediate circumstances, and we might want to engage in meditation to alleviate the sense of stress or hardship caused by this. If that's the motivation that we bring to meditation, then meditation might take care of those goals, but it won't bring us any results that goes beyond that. So the result that our meditation gives us, or the result that our meditation elicits for us, that corresponds to the type of motivation we give rise to in the beginning. And so if we give rise to a motivation that goes beyond just those immediate concerns that were just mentioned, then there really are results or fruitional states of meditation that can be experienced that are much vaster.
The ownership of gom da yang ko delia interest condition that delia rale gom da yang solution and the kulong condition and the gom delia kashuji condition kashutaji gulong condition that simasin that del energy
Lesson. So the way in which our meditation progresses and the results that our meditation gives us are dependent on the motivation that we give rise to. And that's why it is said that the owner of meditation is revulsion. Another way of saying that is that the owner of meditation is our motivation. So the experiences and effects that meditation produces for us are entirely dependent on the motivation that we bring to the motivation that we bring to the meditation when we do it.
Oda drin justane nga zu da gom gyabe kablia gom tel da bu yang 지 오늘 약부지 최고가 좀 근데 약부지 용과 다 개체 차려 하네.
Lesson.
그래서 다 디기 가르쳐 검될 때는 중대 컨디션 용만 써야 돼. 다 시저디 될 토디가 하네.
Lesson. Therefore, it is very important for us to seek out a very good owner of our meditation. The owner of our meditation is the intention and motivation that we bring to it. The reason why this is so important is because the results that our meditation gives us are entirely dependent upon this owner.
지 최소 냠내샤 미세의 검갸사데 다 딘상게 가수에다 네거기 가수에다지 다 딘상 미망부지 삼례나로 예되는 신지 네거기 편도 섬을다지
Lesson.
셈리하다지 강에서라버지다 제 셈을 흘려 차서로당 근데 지고지 연대가 와만 다 미망부지 삼례나로 다지 디 spiritual 남겨지 마사지 섬을 테라피
Lesson.
근데 something 가래 and that's a member 다 총을 나눠려야 오늘 전에도 수술이야 사실 삼로대 정다를 쳐야지다 롭종 쳐야지 수술이야 정다를 쳐야지다 롭종 쳐야지 이제 도안에 아주 그지 다지 미기의 시가 있네래 삼로 동당이네래 그런 근처에 참으로 연구가 돼야 지 이제 과다지 최기 가수다 미유를 뜻이 만도 삼청이에요.
Lesson. And if we talk about meditation from the point of view of the Buddha Dharma, then there is a special distinction that comes with regard to the motivation as to why we do meditation. These days, short-term benefits are on pretty much everyone's mind. We all want to relax a little bit more. We all want to be less stressed out, and so forth. And sometimes due to that, the main motivation that we bring to our meditation practice is that we approach it as if it were a spiritual massage or some type of spiritual comfort therapy. The root motivation of Buddha Dharma, however, for engaging in meditation is not only being able to be relaxed in the short-term sense, but rather meditation is approached as a very wide-ranging set of trainings, a method of training our mind, learning about ourselves, and transforming our very character and the way we think. So meditation is a tool then that allows us to transform our intentions and our conduct. And so the motivation is very far-reaching from the perspective of the Dharma.
다디 다이네 드린시아드 조디 다디 현로고디 있으만에 드린시아드 조디 무기고디 임자
Lesson?
다디 wisdom and devotions 드네 제자 디고디 시아르 무슨 있으래 제자 다디네 다디고디 그까지를 쇼고면로
Lesson? However, I think the main topic of my remarks today shouldn't be revulsion, but rather should focus on devotion, because we have in the title of our teachings today the words wisdom and devotion. So therefore, I think I should devote the majority of my remarks to this topic.
장수 경의 당에 미스디 성신 망부지가 나로래야 겐 데브지 성신이 여러서 망부시 충분해 제자 되네지 때 성신이 담배 가르쳐야지 지 첩시다다 망부지기 나 요래 나로라 흉대베 미지기 무기 거시야 디스칼라 하버시
Lesson?
데 가수 드리지 미지기 무고 쉐야데 데 가수지 참고를 하면 해배소지 다 무기 시두산에 다 간다 가르다 다 임비네양 예삼을 다 드린데 미세다 무기 사디 꼴야다 나라다 냠용토한테 시카스를 쉬는 적은 좋습니다.
Lassa? As many of you know, I have lived a somewhat complicated life up until now, in many ways. I've been enmeshed in many political difficulties and complicated situations. And one might think that for a person who is in my situation to talk about devotion is not suitable because I am the subject of these various political difficulties and so forth. Nevertheless, I feel that I might have something to say about devotion based on my own personal experience.
지단다 무비사디 지단다 대바사디 아니 숭럽지 게르지 terminology some of the religious
Lassa?
and 무비사다 명합에 and the terminology the religious 저 숭럽하네
Lassa?
단 도나 조디 지 대배 나네양 다 대바 유 대바 시두산 대발이야 다 조의 대바를 직숨을 숭럽하네 다 디나는 지 원도 대바디 다 개체르지 타버트니 가사래 원도 대바사도 개체르지 근데 숭럽하네
Lassa?
제상 다 무비사다 원도 대바사디 된기 차네 지버를 차대하지 다이네 타니 민다다는 데서 민자 용되어래 다디 용되야데 다기 공시원의 시래 수럽에 개도다 명합에 개도를 민자를 주용되 말았습니다.
Lassa? Ngundodang debedeba jikbaro. Lassa. So the words devotion and faith are part of the lexicon of terms of Buddhism, and they're used in different ways in the scriptures. The term we see in the traditional Buddhist scriptures, the term faith arise a lot, and then in the texts that contain the upadeshas or the key instructions, the pith instructions, we see the term devotion. So generally speaking, when faith, it is taught that there are three types of faith, and one of these is called longing faith, or the faith of desire. So we could say that devotion is identical in meaning with this type of faith that is called the longing faith or faith of desire, but these terms are used different ways in different areas of the scriptures and texts.
제자다디 남배 최디 다 가르에 때 주로 마무치 나로래야지 예삼을다 가르에다지 남배 셰다 대바 넘버 송그 나는다 이세 대바당 다 이세 대바 개체를 좀 마무치기 주로 마무치도 제대요 다 이내 남배게 안다스 가르 이세버서 많이 봐 오늘 전에 다 가르에지 타바 되냐서는 안도 안다가지 개뷰리아베지 개뷰 안텔리아베지 가르다 괴geb슈 되버서 많이 봐 수수전이 안에 잠내 대다 공방 원도 체제 된 전이된 가르다 지금 매배기 공방으로 터야지 근데 되는 이야기 아마 상계베다 가르다 개주를 지레 슬람나 지금은 로다 간다 드리비차디야래 근데 진비 토네 안다 가르지 뇌배 대바스는 장도 근데 지 공방 되니르기 삼바르디 과디 다 개주무지 차디야래.
In some presentations, we see that from among the three types of faith, which can be enumerated as trusting faith or the faith of confidence, the longing or desirous faith that we just mentioned, and then the lucid faith or faith of inspiration. Some teachings say that from among these three types of faith, it is trusting faith or confident faith as an alternative translation. That's the type of faith that is the most important. But from another perspective, we can say really that it is the faith of longing, or the faith embodied in the desire to be liberated, that is the most important type of faith. And there's reason for saying this because the expression of faith in Buddhism is not one in which we merely seek protection from a source of refuge, but rather the full expression of faith is one in which we desire to achieve the state of the sources of refuge for ourselves, that we ourselves become a fearless being and achieve the state of fearlessness. We achieve the state of ourselves becoming a source of refuge. So the fullest expression of faith isn't just asking for protection from another source, but longing to become a source of protection and longing to be completely free of fear. So therefore, I think this could be said to be a distinguishing feature of faith in Buddhism.
따이네 가서에 다다디 무규사들이야 진짜 다지 운동이 대바서는 데비 대바성도 마세베 다텔라 more emphasize somewhere 다텔라 무규사데 베게데 칭이야데 구사 메사데 다 longing 더 desire 지 과르드니스 렌초가래 구스디스ane the respect sanantan도 다 간다지 메사데 조디 지 가르르데 지 셈 토안에 지 뭐베야 돼. 구스디스ane 대하다 지 셈 토안에 잠도 마세베 류나 토알이야. 간다르지 액션 단 잡아야 돼. 다 리지 인두스ane 다 more involvement somewhere. 다지 다지 셈을 메베야 돼. 좀 마세 류나기 저와래. 무엇이베 가르르다지 더 쭉 잡아버 차르지. 다 리지 과르줄량 무슨 정도.
So then when we get to the term devotion, which we earlier correlated with the type of faith that is the faith of longing, it has more distinguishing features still. Devotion, truly speaking, isn't just a faith of longing, but it has a special emphasis. The term for devotion in Tibetan is mögu. So these two syllables each carry their own meaning. Mö means longing or desire, devoted interest, and gu means respect. So with the longing and desire of mö, we're mainly referring to a quality of mind. But with the respect indicated by gu, we're going beyond just having that in our mind, and we're applying that to action in our body and speech. So there is much more involvement than just identifying it as a mental state. So möku, therefore, or devotion, is distinguished from faith in the sense that it involves full application and strong commitment and expression on the part of our body and speech, as well as our mind.
다 너네 무규 사례 측이 다가 룽아 이수 다 차상다지 가들 배바지도 봉배 토네 다들이 공방 되니를 차로지 다들이 그지 다 숙천부로 들이 전토 아래
나서
다들 배선 약셔도 남게 배나다 별 선배입니다. and 지금 밀레베기 다 간다를 남다라 다디 집에서 야셔를 좀 같이 차대면서 something도
나서
아니 그랑게지 무기에부터 시험하고 봐 무기 점도 마세베 다디 state of mind 점도 마세베 다대지 수수 미지 나라래야 라랭 뭐 토리야 다 룽아 빈봉 같이 쳐야지 자 공에서 되버지 가서 시에토야 수 민주사나 대임이 준센데네 다 간다 지주밀레베게 남타르 코랑기 다 무규기 냠래 수산바르부디 남타르 뛰기 정도여 그렇지 하나들 좋아요
That's So in sum, the practice of devotion involves harnessing our entire body, speech, and mind toward the purpose of gaining liberation. And I feel that the best example of devotion, if we want to look at a living example of devotion from the perspective of Tibetan Buddhism, then the best example is that of Jetsun Milarepa. If we look at his life example, we can see how he approached devotion not as just being a state of mind, but something that he harnessed his entire being toward in striving for the goal of liberation. So he is really, I think, the best example of the living quality of devotion.
아주 다지 취기 정보성으로 해. 다디네 망고양이 고정하려는 유인지 지 남규시암 가져요. 남규하려야 그 코스트 삼으로다 레와트야 망치슈 가르선다 무유되시다 용문도 나봐도 치게도 망고스도 치게다 망고치기 다 무유디 갈아 하고 싶도 제사 무유 야고지와지 된 알아베 겸주 섬으로다지 바 몰람 자로치 근데 신년들 망고용데 예스래.
So devotion is an interesting topic for me because obviously a lot of people are coming to meet with me and talk with me all the time, and many of these are Dharma friends, and quite often what I hear, especially from the Western students, is that they have difficulty feeling devotion or engendering devotion, and they end up making some kind of request for my prayers that they will be able to develop devotion.
다들 이제 미망부치기 무구사리 당기 건수만한 신기 무구텔이야 딱 원도의 차서버면 다 든지지 유에데 비치다 미망부치 무구사들 조르 이체를 지를 삼다지
Lesson.
다 가수라다지 가사 제 수술라마르 지비나 다 텔야지 가수라다 라메게 배구송도 삼으로부터 드리질이야지 수수에게 강화하게 하러 지다 난 다나신 게 라메 가수부터리야 이시게 하러 다 드리질은 좋은 지를 지기
Lesson.
이제 미마우치 삼려 나로래야 원되기 또 무구사야 돼 드리지 이제 좀만 봐 대래배 개체 또 원되기 삼바삼려 되녀지 뭐버는데 되녀 전부 고유해 돼 그래서 신경이
Lesson. And it seems that a lot of the assumptions that these students have is that they view devotion as being merely a way of believing in something. For example, if they're in a teacher-student relationship with a master, they think that having devotion in that context would be feeling reverence toward the qualities of their master's enlightened body, speech, and mind. And what they seem to be missing in their understanding of devotion is that is this quality not only of a longing mental state, but a quality of continuous commitment and engagement, and a prioritization of achieving liberation.
간다 라마들이 이시시에는 고란술에 가르쳐 다지 goal which carry everything. One deba to carry everything. Me you carry everything. Mamma just selfish time message.
Lassa.
The last you say comfort which the rich on the Kalahara.
Lassa.
In it that the rich you say, Jagua, Jum Sandang, Tana Sing, Susu, me you dang, Tana Singi, Kandaraji, Kasrata. 가서다지 전도 녀셔로 가르기부터 세버지고 개심심 자리예요.
Lassa.
근데 이제 세면은 다스 무구 감바지 한 매주 세비나 다 깨야 돼. 갈래 가버려라. 깨비네요. 다디 시라 변도 형도 해야 되죠. 갈래 가버렸으면 something.
Lassa. So devotion and the practice of devotion does involve some element of having trust or having confidence, and on the basis of that having some belief. However, what is crucial in terms of going together with that is being very clear about what our goal is. Why are we developing this trust? Why are we developing this confidence? What is the purpose of it, and what goal are we trying to achieve through developing this trust? If we just have dry belief alone and try to convince ourselves to believe in something without knowing the reasons and purpose for our believing in this way or what we're trying to accomplish, then we might be able to generate some feeling of belief or some feeling of confidence, but even if we do generate that feeling, it will not have a great benefit toward us. So being clear about what our goal is and what we're trying to achieve through our practice of devotion is very, very important.
개심심 자리 아래 아주 되니르게 제가 가르지 마. 엔다 간다지 니지기 된도 녀셔로 가르지 쟤는. 엔다 간다를 무기치게 해봐. 되게 세우고 돼. 개심심 면서 something.
Lassa. So therefore, I think it's very important in the beginning for us to look inside of ourselves and really become clear about what we are trying to achieve through our practice of devotion. What are we devoting ourselves to?
소수에게 다 된도녀를 차가다 가서에 된도녀를 로데 지점식이 세버 충분 대주지기 내 삼발야다지 무기사데 공평한 좋아다 야버지 정도 야로지 용거를 삼 정리요.
Lassa. And I think if we do this, then the degree to which we gain clarity about what we are striving for will match the degree to which our genuine devotion increases.
원다 드레인 뉴스안에 지금 밀레르브도시네 대나시에 코로나 다부 지금 가르르지 미드 다투 러브서먼 근데 제제 하다 미망보세 여보망보 제브레 안 텔레데네 교바 첨부를 깨세 안타 간다르지 고랑기 된도 예제르디 딱 간다르 최 된도 예과에 세버 쉬우 총제 간다 토리아다 간다르디 최만도지 숨기 매버르 느지기 매바당 안 되게 쉬우지 여비 인도산 다디고 세버 차사래 이 세버 차스도산 안지 아주에 마르바던 제네 다 마르바던 냠도 통마지 데베체 걸려다 마르베 지금 난다로 디스 주부르지 남브레디 이네야 간다 그랑 그 미유디 세브시라 예장 디토네 에는 kon tak kuhe shira mate so dire dire di junzen tene 가서다 아주 되지 미유선한다 전도 예스 서비스 과도 계속
Lassa. We can see this principle of needing to be clear about what we are prioritizing very clearly illustrated in the life example of Milarepa. Milarepa, of course, was someone who did not start out well in life in terms of skillful action. he trained in various spells and killed many people and caused great harm. However, he was able to connect with a heart of genuine remorse and become clear about what is important to prioritize in life. And this process of reflection resulted in Milarepa very strongly prioritizing the achievement of the state of liberation. So his interest and his longing and all of his thoughts were very one-pointedly directed toward the Dharma. And because of this, he was able to seize the opportunity of meeting his guru, Marpa, very skillfully. Marpa's behavior toward Milarepa appeared to be very rough from the outside, but because of Milarepa's one-pointed sense of commitment and one-pointed sense of purpose, this coarseness on the part of Marpa didn't cause him any problems. He was able to stay focused on his goal and achieve that goal. So I think this illustrates a very excellent example of devotion.
다들 전제에 다시 무기 사대 다 곰단 제가 근데 쳐서 슬라비나 다 남주 곰기 퐁드 무기인스 다 곰베 야르겐드라 지 가르로다디 곰레 다 콤펜드라 다디 이 탑름 상쉐를 지디다 무기인스 순가라.
That's all. So we heard earlier this old saying that said the owner of meditation is revulsion. And then there's a second line to that verse which says that the enhancement of meditation is devotion. So once we have established ourselves in a good motivation for meditation, what really enhances our meditation or causes it to flourish is devotion. Devotion is the most profound of methods that we could rely on for this purpose.
우마 곰견네 즉 레발레야 다시 제외거래 제 곰장이 가시가 토뉴 지chen 론용에 가시에 토뉴
나서?
그저 알고도 지 참바데 인지들 곰도 야부용도
나서?
안 라말레야 다 무기 지 곰두산에 한테스 가르데 가르디기 result of the cell 용데도 스탠드 위치스도
나서?
드린두산 디스 가르다디 지 드데가 토한 다간다 가르지 공기 뉴바 체르 용데야 용데 유스
나서?
무기단 자외비나
나서? 투용 요새는 다시 당kenzo. 나서?
맞아서 당게 말이다
당 중용.
다 디나노 슈용에
나서? I've met some meditators and have had discussions with some meditators who have been analyzed by scientists who monitored their brain while they were meditating. And what they told me is that when they did the meditations of loving kindness and compassion, there were results that were clearly observable, but the results were even more clear when they did the practice of devotion, when they engaged in the practice of devotion to the Guru. So I think this harmonizes with the principle that devotion is really the strongest method to make an impact on our meditation.
당기 공도 쉬는 시에 나 야부지 쉬도하다 가라가부지도 다 드린두산 다리 더 조치슈디 디 위스콘신 서머보다 디 초리아다 다리 영화디 팅당부도 쳐야래 드린두스 다리 디 고금디 중체 아주지 가수로다 간수스다 디나네 망부지 니 뭐셔제 망부도 간다들이 제시 간수 젠데 제약다 고급 충분히 가부시다 중 아니 지 가서 대가르 가서다 어떤게 되지라
Lasso. So I think that's about it for this morning. As I said previously, I don't feel like I'm in the best of shape, to give the teaching I wished I could have given, but I hope this has been somewhat helpful. And in addition to that, I wanted to again express my delight at this opportunity to meet with you all. This is my first visit to Wisconsin, and so I'm very happy that I've had this opportunity to meet with you, and I see that there are many people here who I know already. So I'm very happy I'm very happy to be together with all of you, and thank you very much for coming.
And honestly, me say to Tergar Meditation Center. Tamas Tergar ki Center Meditation Center kasakali yare, something kasakali. And Rumbuche Mingurumbuche, the Lurdu Kasre, but Kunsamlia, Perry in this Samadaji. Kunsam Perry, everything as some single the net in the Kunsam pep down the Pendro, everything as some the Kasre, Samuel Matters.
Lassa?
That they are that law sum has, and the traditional law sum, the Dawasum, the etc. That they engage in the law she's Rochigard, etc. Yes, I'll the Cashe lesson. That Rumbuchi Mapena, Azut, the Kasura, that handle Chetusamaris.
Lassa?
That in the lesson. That in a counter and the law she nalolea, Samegi, Rumbuchi, Kasura, Tobore. Lomare Tame when a Dutchy Rumbuchiki, the Chin is Guma Cheba. That's Gungon Chetubati on the Chene Kasran Arana Gavastachum, says that Rumbuchiki that subchess and Antado and Narang Gwene Gout Samrola, 2 chess. The Gauzi Kasre Lasam Nanda Gone Chalanam Telia, 2 cheshai.
Lassa? And I would especially like to thank the members of Tergar who are gathered here today. There are Tergar meditation centers all over the world. And of course, these are led by the Venerable Yongey Mingyur Rinpoche. And over 4 years ago, Rinpoche went into retreat. And many of us knew that he might have been planning to do a retreat, but the way he went into retreat was really not something that was predicted by any of us.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't.
And not only did he go into retreat, but he's been in retreat now for over 4 years. So one of the major retreats that is considered an extended retreat is only 3 years and 3 months. So Rinpoche has even surpassed that in terms of the length of the retreat. So several people have come to me since the time Rinpoche has gone into retreat for this long and have said, I don't think we'll be able to handle it if Rinpoche stays in retreat that much longer. But you have handled it, and you've managed to sustain and continue Mingyur Rinpoche's enlightened activities, working together as friends and students of Mingyur Rinpoche. And I'm very happy about the work that you have done to accomplish this. And therefore, I might say that I'm going to thank you today on behalf of Mingyur Rinpoche, and I would also like to thank you on behalf of myself for your wonderful activities of continuing his teachings and for your working together with pure intention.
And Maji did you start Rumbuchi Luburdo Kashwe the Pedusane? After that, lots of people worried summary. Tang Adazina, that the one Kashwe. I'm interesting. Chichena, Taji Dari, Mimambuchilea, Rumbuch in the page, council that. Handle shag training of Chonsai in the Mahobalapana in this Shimbina. Nada is somebody.
Lassa?
Kangish Dion Samara something to that Kandria Kashwe Count Sameta, Kandatrin de Digi Koraju Kogabi Chumbuti, Abustachum, Mambalia, Yan Jetwaki, and Joshua Tosena.
Lasso. When Mingyur Rinpoche went into retreat in this sudden manner, a lot of people came to me and expressed their concern, and there were a lot of worried people around. And I was simply observing all of this with great interest, because I think that one of the things that Mingyur Rinpoche has accomplished in going into this retreat is that he has provided you with an opportunity to grow in strength so that you can handle a situation like this. And since you've handled it so well, it now occurs to me that if I were to do something like that, that there'd be no problems at all, that everyone would be able to handle it very well, because you have handled the situation you're in very well. In any case, I would once again like to express my gratitude for the opportunity that you've given me today to be together with all of you, and I express my aspiration and hope that we will meet together again and again in the future.
Dunu sumdan la me che go go je so ma le do ye je la ngo do na la me ta be sa jin jo san je se je da la go do je san be ma la rab zon de ja wa kun do zon don de se don pa pa jen be yon je chen pa da de da kun je je so Dun be pa je la ma ren xian na nam ga xin do gon la cha pa che ni da xin do gon la sa wa jo re wa xin do ta do ten bra jo ten be xin ma ju den tu din de zon lo zon ji xiao xiao ten be ning bo sa nga do pa de dam se de sen ji zo ta xin xiao ten be jin da che jian jap Chab se jin xin ten la men bra xiao ten be chab de ja re len bo yang lo de ra fa sa tuan ten bra ten be sim je chen da jo ten nam lo che de chen jin se me bra xiao ten la te be yo ye de ge ten xin pa che xiao ra xiao lam la ne be na ja da ni yang tam se me nyam sam ba do bra xiao da la san yen de je de go yang ne ga to to je we chi Luna la me ta be ko jo ne ko zon je se chen to mo xiu ko zon do je chen chen min chen ne zhen chen sa ve la ma yin chen ne zhe ye de mo lan guan da ba de da tan da je lu mo xiu.
So, first of all, I would like to thank everybody for coming here today. A great auspicious occasion to be able to make a karmic connection with the head of our lineage, the Karmakagyu lineage that Mingyur Rinpoche is in. So it is really wonderful that you were able to be here today and to receive these wonderful teachings from His Holiness Karmapa. So thank you very much for coming. I would also like to extend my gratitude to everyone who organized this event, particularly Amy Head, who did such a wonderful job of helping to put this event together, and all the wonderful people who actually volunteered to help Amy to make this possible, to put the event on and to take care of His Holiness and the people who are traveling with him. And so I would like to thank those people who have also put all time and effort into making His Holiness visit here wonderful for us to be here. So thank all the people who have organized his trip to visit the United States of America this year. But finally, and most importantly, I would like to thank you, Your Holiness, for coming here today to offer such wonderful teachings on motivation and devotion for us, the students of Mingyur Rinpoche. I know Mingyur Rinpoche would be very happy that we have been able to make this connection with you and that we have been so fortunate to receive such wonderful teachings from you. So thank you very much. And I wish for you that your health should improve and that your travels be safe for the rest of the time that you are here in the United States. And I would like to wish that we can meet again in this life many times, here or in India. And we invite you to come back and see us again as soon as you are able. So thank you very much for coming here.